All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Houston Rockets Daily. My name is Jackson. I post daily Rockets content, so hit that like button, hit that sub button if you guys enjoy it. As you can see here, last night the Houston Rockets took down the Utah Jazz. I apologize. It's been like 24 hours, and we're doing a recap here now. Let me know real quick before we get into this video. Let me know if you guys enjoy seeing the box score on the game recap videos. That is important to me. I feel like it is just something nice that you guys can follow along with. Real quick, before we get into tonight's video, I want to shout out every single person watching this video because you are the reason that this Houston trip just happened. I got back a couple of days ago. I want to shout out every single, I don't want to name drop guys who don't want to be name dropped, but if I met you in Houston or if I saw you in Houston, shout out to you. You know, you guys are the reason I do this. I love the culture, man. I'm treated like family every time. I've only been to Houston 3 times. Every time I'm down there, I'm treated like family. I'm treated like one of you guys, and it really means the world to me. I mean, it's why I do it. And when things come in retrospect, this was my first time staying in downtown Houston. Like, I love it so much. I love you guys so much, and it makes doing this so much easier. Obviously, I don't make Houston Rock. I'm not quite at that level where I can just solely make Houston Rockets content as my job, but we're getting there, right? We're getting there. So I appreciate everybody. If you're a Rocket fan, man, I got a lot of love for you. If you're from Houston, I got a lot of love for you. If you just associate with Houston Rocket Sports or this channel, I got a lot of love for you. So words can't really even describe it. Thank you so much, though, I guess is really the point to this. So the Houston Rockets won a game, okay? This sucks because, well, actually, you know what? That sounded doggy desperate. I'm not solely saying the Rockets need to lose as little amount of games as possible to get Victor Wembanyama. What my point is this is our last year in the lottery. I guarantee you, man, seeing it firsthand, which by the way, my boys and I, shout out Jorge, hopefully hopefully he doesn't have a problem with the name drop. We were on TV the whole time Friday. I was watching some of the film from the Grizzlies game the other night on Friday, the game I was at, and we were on film the whole time. It was just really cool. It was really surreal. And what I really noticed that game, especially, was damn, dude, the Houston Rockets have a lot of talent. We're going to win 25 games. Now, I have a lot to say in this video because I haven't made a Rockets video in quite some time. We've been through about 2 games since. I will take the wins, though. I think when you're trying to establish a culture, especially Houston, post James Harden era, we won 17 games. We won 20-ish games last season. Obviously, you don't want to just solely be like a 10-win, 15-win team, right? That's not good for culture. So I'll take the wins. Okay, I'll take the wins. I know that's not the hottest or the best idea. I know that's more of a hotter take, but I'm loving what I'm seeing. Jalen Smith, bro, it's that kind of night. Jalen Smith Jr. Jabari Smith Jr. joined Hakeem Olajuwon as one of the only Houston Rockets players, one of 2 Houston Rocket players, I believe, to score over 10 points in your first 4 games. This was Jabari Smith's first good game for Houston. And what I mean by that is he hasn't really been shooting well. We had no Şengün tonight or last night. We had no Bruno Fernando last night. So what Stephen Silas decided to do is instead of Usman Garuba starting like we saw against Giannis in the Milwaukee Bucks, he decided to go with Jabari Smith Jr. at the 5. It honestly was amazing. And it just shows me just how versatile Jabari is. He had 3 blocks. He was dealing with a little bit of foul trouble, especially late in the game. The 3 offensive rebounds, I know that stat might not be crazy to you because, Usman had 3, Tari Eason had 5. We'll talk about that in a second. But I loved how physical Jabari was. He's a lot bigger in person, guys. Like, he seems big on camera, on TV, right? He's big. He's one big boy. He finished with 21 points and 9 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 blocks, getting the start at 5. And it, like I said, it just shows me his versatility. I mean, it's exactly what you want. As we adapt to today's day and age in the NBA, versatility is everything. He can guard a multitude of different players. He can play a multitude of different positions. But this was the first, really efficient game we saw. I love it. And it's something that of note, I know Jalen Smith didn't have 4 straight 10-point games, and it's not the craziest statistic, right? Jalen Smith dropped, 31 or 33 in the 3rd game when we played Boston last season. Jabari is rock solid. Even on Jabari's off shooting nights, because he has a lot of wide open 3-pointers, or he did in the first 3 games, it's going to take some time to get him to fall. But they're going to fall, man. Trust me, they're going to fall. Once Jabari tightens up that handle, he's going to be a menace. He already kind of is a menace. He's one of the top 5 undisputed rookies of the season. And I know he was the 3rd pick in the NBA draft, but it just gets me going. Right next to him, Jalen Green, another solid game, 25 points, and extremely efficient. Note that. That's really important. Extremely efficient. Jalen Smith, bro, how are we doing this twice in a video? I apologize. Oh my goodness gracious. Jalen Green, 9-16, 4-8 from downtown, finished with 25 points. It's money. It's just music to my ears. It's money watching him. And what I've noticed about Jalen so far this season is it's just consistent. He's consistently putting up good stat lines. He's consistently putting up at least somewhere around 25 points a night. And what's crazy is it's not like he's necessarily taking over quarters where, wow, Jalen had 16 points in the second and, he finished with 25. No, it's just consistent scoring. He's attacking the basket. Keep in mind, he's a very young player. So all of these guys, Jabari and Jalen included, Shangoon, throw all the young cats in there. You kind of got to earn your calls. So, Jalen only went to the free throw line. He only shot 3 free throws. Well, he's getting fouled a lot more than 2 times, right? I just think that's interesting to note because, like I said, you got to kind of earn your stripes. You got to earn your respect as far as getting those calls, i.e. think LeBron James, and just, if he gets tapped, there's certain games where he just gets the foul call. Thank goodness Jalen Green looks like our franchise player. We saw it in the second half of last season, and you're really seeing it come full circle right now. Now, Kevin Porter Jr., I have some opinions on KPJ. He is currently the best he's currently the best catch and shoot 3-point shooter in the league right now. I believe his number is like 80%. It's something crazy. Maybe I'm overestimating that a little bit, and it's more like 60%. But that's the stat line. Before tonight, KPJ was the best. Dude, we're suffering tonight. He was the best catch and shoot 3-point shooter in the league. So I'm not saying we need to put KPJ on the wing. All I'm saying is the Houston Rockets look really good right now because, first off, he went 9-9 from the free throw line, and that's a really important note. And just the fact that we went 84.4% from the free throw line it's very important because we were the worst free throw shooting team last season, and it cost us games. It cost us the Memphis Grizzlies game, right? It's beautiful. I love seeing this confidence, this unafraidness to shoot with Kevin Porter Jr. But that's, in my opinion, why you saw Daishen Nix play, minutes 4 to 6 in the fourth quarter, and then Eric Gordon came in. Just more facilitators, guys who can facilitate the ball. Because one thing, and I noticed this, especially watching the game live, was the offense can tend to stagnate a little bit when he is the point guard in crunch time. And if he continues kind of playing the way he does, and I don't want to critique him too much because he's one hell of a scorer, but honestly, he might be better suited for a wing position or, I don't mean this disrespectfully, a 6-man role, but we have a whole season to determine this, okay? We have a whole season to determine this. Regardless, his 9-9 free throw shooting essentially won us the game. 26 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and a block. He's showing his versatility, especially in the first quarter. There's no Rudy Gobert. He was attacking the rim every time. He's just attacking the rim. And we know the Houston Rockets half-court offense isn't as good as our transitional offense. So it's just something to note, and I will be keeping a close eye on this because, if I had to pick right here, right now, if I had to overreact to KPJ being our point guard, I would say it's going to come back to bite you in the playoffs, okay? No past possessions will come back to bite you in the playoffs, as we saw with James Harden, but we have, we're 4 games into this year. We have 78 more games for Kevin to continue to acclimate to being our starting point guard. Eric Gordon, rock solid. Jabari and Jalen got into a little bit of scuffle. They had to be guess cleared out, although I feel like that was a little overblown. I actually don't really have any comments on that. Eric Gordon, I kind of have Eric Gordon's mood on the sideline where he was just looking at that. It's all over Instagram, it's all over Twitter. He was just kind of witnessing it. This is what happens when high competitive players are playing high competitive games, right? This is just the sport. This is competitive sports. This is how professional sports work. I have nothing to say about that because I just genuinely believe it's two highly competitive guys wanting the best out of each other, wanting the best out of themselves. So I don't really have any opinions on that. Although, Eric Gordon kind of closing games is definitely going to win us more basketball games. KJ Martin Jr. definitely wasn't his night. He made his first field goal very, very late in the fourth, and it ended up being a very huge, huge three-pointer in the corner. KJ has missed a bunch of dunks this season, which is interesting to note because that's one of his calling cards. I'm not worried about KJ Martin Jr. I view him more as a role player. No disrespect to KJ Martin Jr. But let's get into the bench because this is where the opinions really start to come out. We're already at 11 minutes. If you're still watching this, man, I love you. Daishen Nix is seeing a huge role right now. We still haven't seen Ty Washington Jr. I do like the way the offense is moving. The ball is moving around. The half-court offense is more efficient. There's more ball movement when Daishen Nix is out there with the second unit. Now, Tari Eason, Usman Garuba, while your stat line might not look like anything too crazy, it actually blows my mind that Tari Eason went 4 of 12 because that's inefficient, if we're just being honest. 5 offensive rebounds. A lot of those free throws, at least 2 of them were and ones. But 5 offensive rebounds, 3 steals. I'm going to take it. He's played 4 NBA-level games. Tari Eason looks awesome. He looks awesome, and as we started the season where he got, 13, 14 minutes on opening night, we're starting to see that minute increase, so that's awesome to see. It is important to note no Alperen Sengun and no Bruno Fernando last night, and I think Sengun is confirmed out tomorrow. I'm not quite sure with Bruno. So we did see a little bit of Boban. Garrison Matthews, this is where it gets interesting. I want you guys to note this right here, and let me see if I can highlight it. That looks shitty. All right. Josh Christopher is averaging less than 10 minutes this season. And it looks a lot like the start to last season. And it gets me wondering if something is maybe going on, if they don't like his defensive intensity, if they don't like some of his decisions. I have no idea what's going on with Josh Christopher. All right. All I know is this. Garrison Matthews, most likely long-term, maybe if we were a contending team, if we were a playoff contending team, maybe I would take Garrison right now. Seeing Garrison just, a couple rows back from bench side, which is where we were seated on, Friday's game against Memphis, it makes me honestly feel really shitty critiquing these players because they're so cool and they are so talented. But I can't help but to notice how Garrison is definitely taking minutes away from guys like Josh Christopher. So it's interesting. It gets me thinking maybe Josh is the odd man out because eventually we'll have to pay Jalen Green. Eventually we'll have to pay Jabari. Eventually we'll probably have to pay Sengun. Eventually we'll have to pay our current lottery pick most likely. It gets me worried that Josh Christopher is the odd man out. However, it's something that's going to have to happen, and I'm not saying it's going to happen. All I'm saying is Garrison Matthews finished as a team-high plus 10. There are moments, especially he's a shooter, right? So you're going to have off nights. You're going to go through bouts where you are on fire. You're going 6 of 10 from downtown. You are a huge reason for a team's win coming off the bench, putting up 15-plus points, and it's mainly three-pointers. I like Garrison Matthews' defensive intensity. I know that is a hot take. I'm not saying he needs to be getting minutes from Jacob right now, but what I am saying is this. There are moments where he is just kind of loose. He's a little raw out there. He'll get kind of caught up in a rotation, or if it's a fast break, he'll be, facing the wrong way. He'll get beat, whatever the case may be. But I can't lie to you guys. He's trying his ass off. The hustle is there. I know not everybody wants it, myself included. Garrison Matthews, is he a part of our Houston Rockets future? No. But is he helping contribute to winning basketball? I mean, he's getting playing time. So we knew heading into the season the Houston Rockets have a lot of guys. We have a lot of chefs in the kitchen. We have a lot of scorers. And there's only so many minutes in a basketball game. There's only so many rotational spots. There's only so many roster spots. I am okay for now Josh Christopher does not look happy about this. I was wondering if there was an injury after the first couple of games. Doesn't seem like that's the case. I don't know if it's defense. I don't know if it's turnovers. I don't know what it is, to be honest with you, but I guess I won't argue with Steven Silas and the Houston Rockets coaching staff for the time being because we're only 3 games into the season. So it's something to note. It's just something to note, okay? Josh Christopher last season, we saw the same thing at the start. He wasn't playing much. We all wanted him to play more. And as the season gone on, he started to earn his rotational minutes. He started to earn his role. And we saw Josh Christopher play, or he missed less than 10 games. He averaged about 20 minutes a night last season. So that's it for me tonight. I might have missed something. Somehow this video got all the way to 16 minutes. It felt like it went 3 minutes. And, we play Utah again tomorrow on the road. So stay tuned for a recap video then. But that's it from me, guys. Hit that like button, hit that sub button. Once again, appreciate all the love in the city of Houston. I will definitely be back. And that's really it, man. Peace. Drop some love down below. Drop some opinions. I love reading your guys' comments.